The vast Pacific Ocean stretched endlessly under the morning sun of July 12, 2023. Dr. Maya Wilson squinted through binoculars from the research vessel Horizon, scanning the choppy waters off the coast of Monterey Bay, California. Something had caught her attention, an unusual disturbance in the water nearly half a mile away. "There! Port side!" she called to her team of marine biologists. The research vessel changed course immediately, cutting through the waves with urgency. As they approached, their excitement turned to concern. A young blue whale calf, no more than 3 months old, thrashed weakly at the surface. Its massive body, though small by blue whale standards, still stretched nearly 25 feet in length. The calf's movements were becoming increasingly erratic, a sign of exhaustion and distress. "Where's the mother?" asked Dr. Thomas Reyes, checking the sonar equipment. "Blue whales don't abandon their calves." For hours, the team tracked the young whale's movements, using hydrophones to detect any answering calls from adult blue whales in the vicinity. Nothing. The ocean remained silent except for the desperate, increasingly weaker vocalizations from the calf. "Something's wrong," Maya said, reviewing their data. "This calf has been alone for at least 24 hours based on its condition. Without its mother's milk, it won't survive another day." The team documented everything meticulously, powerless to intervene directly with the massive marine mammal. Nature had its cruel ways, and they were merely observers to its harsh realities. As marine biologists, they knew the statistics. Orphaned whale calves rarely survived. Dr. Wilson reached for her satellite phone, calling marine mammal rescue centers along the coast. "We need guidance," she explained, describing the situation with professional urgency. A stranded blue whale calf, severely underweight, showing signs of dehydration. The responses were all the same: impossible to transport or rescue a creature of that size. Nature would have to take its course. By the afternoon, the situation worsened. The team spotted the distinctive black and white markings of dorsal fins cutting through the water, a pod of orcas circling at a distance, 6 of them, coordinating their movements with chilling precision. "They've noticed the calf," said wildlife photographer Ben Harrison, his camera clicking rapidly. "This is about to get difficult to watch." The killer whales began their approach, communicating through a series of clicks and whistles. They were apex predators, intelligent hunters who worked with strategic precision. The blue whale calf sensed the danger, its feeble attempts to dive repeatedly failing as its strength abandoned it. Maya gripped the railing of the boat, her knuckles white. In her 15 years studying marine mammals, she'd witnessed nature's brutality, but it never got easier. The inevitable attack was moments away. The orcas had begun their hunting formation. Then something unexpected happened. A thunderous slap echoed across the water as a massive tail crashed down on the surface. Then another, not from the calf, but from something else entirely. The research team swung their attention to the west, where several large shadows moved beneath the surface. "Humpbacks!" exclaimed Thomas, grabbing his camera. 3, no, 5 of them!" The humpback whales arrived with explosive energy, charging toward the scene with remarkable speed for creatures of their size. Their 45-foot bodies and distinctive knobbly heads broke the surface as they positioned themselves between the orcas and the struggling blue whale calf. The largest humpback, a female with distinctive white patches on her pectoral fins that the researchers later identified as a whale known as Athena in their database, slapped her 15-foot fins against the water's surface, creating explosive crashes that boomed across the ocean like cannons. The orcas hesitated, regrouping as they assessed this unexpected intervention. They made several attempts to circle around the defensive formation of humpbacks, but each time they were met with aggressive charges and devastating tail slaps that could easily break bones. "This doesn't make any sense," whispered Maya, frantically documenting everything. "Humpbacks and blue whales aren't related species. There's no evolutionary benefit to this behavior. For nearly 40 minutes, the confrontation continued. The humpbacks rotated positions, always keeping their bodies between the predators and the vulnerable calf. When one of the orcas made a daring lunge toward the baby whale, a humpback rammed it with such force that the orca was lifted partially out of the water before splashing back down. The clash became more intense as two younger male orcas attempted to flank the group, separating from their pod in a tactical maneuver that showcased their hunting intelligence. A smaller humpback intercepted them, breaching fully from the water and crashing down with deliberate precision, sending waves that disrupted the orca's coordination. "They're actually communicating," observed Dr. Leila Chen, the team's expert in marine mammal vocalizations. She adjusted her hydrophone equipment, capturing the complex exchanges of sounds beneath the surface. "The humpbacks are producing specific call patterns I've never recorded before. They're coordinating their defense." The killer whales finally retreated, their hunting calls fading into the distance. The research team watched in stunned silence as the female humpback, Athena, approached the blue whale calf with unexpected gentleness. She nudged the exhausted baby with her head, apparently encouraging it to move. "She's helping it," Ben said incredulously, his camera whirring continuously. For the next 4 hours, the research vessel followed at a respectful distance as the most extraordinary scene unfolded. The female humpback stayed alongside the blue whale calf, matching its pace, sometimes swimming beneath it when it seemed to falter, literally lifting the smaller whale toward the surface to breathe. "She's adopted it," Maya realized. "She's trying to save it." The sun dipped lower toward the horizon, casting long golden rays across the water. The team faced a difficult decision: continue following the whales into the night or return to shore. Their captain reminded them of fuel limitations and safety protocols. "We'll track them from satellite," Maya decided reluctantly. "We've tagged the calf. Let's follow them as long as we can before darkness falls." As the boat maintained its careful distance, Dr. Chen made another remarkable discovery through her hydrophone equipment. "The female humpback is producing vocalizations that mimic blue whale calls," she announced with astonishment. "Not perfectly, but the pattern and frequency range suggests she's attempting to communicate with the calf in its own language." As sunset approached, the team detected something on their hydrophones: the low, rumbling calls of adult blue whales in the distance. The humpback seemed to sense them, too. She changed course, leading the calf toward the sounds, the other humpbacks following behind like an honor guard. Near dusk, the researchers finally spotted them, a group of blue whales traveling together. Without hesitation, Athena guided the calf directly toward them. The reunion was not dramatic, but quietly profound. The baby blue whale approached the largest female in the group, who accepted its presence without aggression. Through powerful telephoto lenses, the team observed the moment of recognition: the calf swimming frantically toward what was almost certainly its mother. The massive blue whale nuzzled her lost offspring, circling protectively as their massive bodies aligned in perfect synchronicity. Most remarkably, before departing, the humpback whale circled the blue whales once, as if confirming the calf's safety, then led her pod away into the deepening blue. "Did she just ensure the handoff was successful?" whispered Dr. Reyes, his scientific detachment momentarily abandoned in awe of what they'd witnessed. In the weeks that followed, the research team's footage and data sparked international attention. Marine biologists had previously documented isolated incidents of humpback whales intervening when orcas attacked other marine mammals, but never with this level of prolonged care and apparent intention. Dr. Wilson's paper on the incident, published in Marine Mammal Science on October 3, 2023, challenged existing paradigms about interspecies altruism. Her team tracked both the blue whale calf and Athena through the following months, confirming the calf's continued survival with its mother. The research vessel encountered the same blue whale pair 3 months later off the coast of Baja California. The calf noticeably larger and healthier. They had survived against impossible odds, a testament to both maternal care and the mysterious intervention of another species. What we witnessed forces us to reconsider the emotional complexity of these creatures, Maya explained at a conference in Vancouver on January 15, 2024. The humpback whale's behavior showed apparent empathy that transcended species boundaries. This wasn't just interference with predators, this was protection, guidance, and what can only be described as compassion. Further research revealed that Athena had lost her own calf just 2 weeks before the incident, based on her previous sightings and physical condition. This personal loss added another layer to her seemingly altruistic behavior. It's possible that her maternal instincts were redirected, Dr. Wilson suggested in her presentation, but that doesn't explain why the other humpbacks participated in the rescue. There appears to be a social dimension to this compassion that extends beyond individual motivation. The story captured global imagination. Conservation donations for marine mammal protection increased by 300% in the months following the publication of the research. Several nations accelerated their efforts to expand marine protected areas, citing this remarkable example of the complex social behaviors and intelligence these animals possess. For Dr. Wilson and her team, the experience transformed their understanding of what it means to be sentient. We entered this field to study these magnificent creatures, she reflected in her journal. But that day, they taught us something profound about compassion that transcends species, language, and even reason itself. The blue whale calf, whom the researchers named Mira, meaning miracle, continued to be tracked through the Pacific migration routes. Recent footage from March 2024 showed her thriving alongside her mother, growing stronger each day. What makes this story particularly poignant is that Athena, the humpback who orchestrated the rescue, was recently spotted entangled in fishing gear off the coast of Alaska. Researchers estimate she has mere weeks left if a rescue operation cannot be mounted quickly enough. The marine biology community now races against time to save the whale who once saved another, a powerful reminder that in the vast ocean of life, every act of compassion creates ripples that may someday return to us. As Dr. Wilson prepares to join the rescue mission for Athena, she carries with her the memory of that extraordinary day when the boundaries between species dissolved in an act of pure altruism. Whatever happens next, the story of the humpback who saved a blue whale calf has already changed our understanding of the emotional lives of the ocean's greatest inhabitants, forever. If you enjoyed it, then watch our next video shown on screen.